Marketplace Mavericks email.com.
Welcome to episode 3 of the Marketplace Mavericks, where 3 over-the-hill guys talk about their unfiltered journey selling in the world of Amazon. And we're back. We're in number 3.
Making some headway, baby.
Yeah, we are making some headway. We haven't gone bankrupt.
We haven't made anything yet either, though, John.
No. Subscribers have not knocked down the door, but that's okay. We're just gonna keep on doing it because we all like to talk.
Oh, you do.
Yeah, especially me. But this week, OA, RA, and the difference between FBA and FBM. It's really kind of week 2. But it's been rough that first week. You finally got through it. Second week, now you gotta kind of figure out what you want to sell and how you want to sell it. And there's 3 different ways you can really sell on Amazon. You have OA, RA, and then you really have 2 choices, FBA or FBM. And what's good is the 3 of us have kind of done it 3 different ways. So we are just gonna, Pete, you always explain things much better than me.
What?
Because you're like the analytical guy.
He is.
That can slow everything down,
Right.
And everybody understands you.
We just gotta break it down.
Sometimes when I explain things, people look at me afterwards and go, "Yeah, I mean, I think I get it the way you explained it."
Yeah.
Like, I'm not sure.
You gotta start from step 1. You can't just jump straight to step 20. So there are people on this podcast that are brand new and really probably might not have even paid their $40 to open a Amazon seller account yet. They're just trying to figure things out, and we're here to help them do that. And so breaking things down to the very, very basic level, I think is a good place to start.
Break it down so that even people like John can understand is what you're getting at.
And that's why I could only look at one thing. I didn't look at FBM. I'm not in the right area for FBA. I don't have the big box stores near me. I have Walmart. Closest one is 45 minutes. So apparently I'm in the 5% of people that don't have a Walmart within like 20 miles of them or something. So I only did I know that with FBA, I know that FBM you could make more money in some instances, return on your money faster, but my goal is to be in wholesale. So this was really a proof of concept for me, or well, still is because I'm still doing it. So it was real easy. You order the stuff online, it comes to me, I send it into Amazon, they pack it, ship it, market it, all that, charge me 15% with some other fees that you'll learn, and I don't really touch it again. It's probably the easiest way. You will get a little higher sales moving forward because you might be a little bit more expensive, but people always order for convenience. I mean, we've all bought on Amazon, so we all know for the convenience. But yeah, Pete, you did mostly FBM starting off for a while.
Yeah, I did. And if we just back up here just for a second and realize that, okay, last week we talked about ungating, right? Everybody understands ungating now. We know that we can only sell the products that come, or the products that we're approved to sell. And there won't be that many when you start out. I guarantee that. So now let's say that you've started selling those few brands that you have, and you went out and bought a few of those brands that you got approved for because you either 1, you bought them online, or 2, you went to the store and bought them. So OA, online arbitrage, you do all of your buying online. RA, retail arbitrage, you went to the store and you bought products after you scanned them and found out that you were approved to sell them. Either way, you're bringing products to the house, and then you're determining, what am I going to do with these products? Am I going to FBA, send them to Amazon, or am I going to FBM, send them directly to the customer? That's what John's talking about. When I first started out at Amazon, I did FBM because there was a quicker turnaround time. As soon as I got home, I listed the products on Amazon. People are buying my products that I've listed. As soon as a sale goes through, I get a notification from Amazon. Pete, Bill just bought your product. Put it in a box and send it over to him. That's about as simple as it gets. Send it to him, and a sale is registered on my account.
It is quicker.
It's a different story. You guys can talk more about that one.
Yeah, I mean, not to jump around with Blake, you're able to, if you do RA, you can technically go to the store, come home, list it if you're approved, something you got auto-ungated in Ollie's, come home, put it on the computer, register it with Amazon, an hour later, get a sale, ship it out that day.
Yeah, that's it.
So yeah, you can go pretty quickly.
Right.
With that. So starting, it's a great start off, especially if you're really trying to make, you have 2,000 to start it or 3,000 to start it, and you have to really watch like how much you spend and get that money back as quick as possible. That's the quickest way, because they save themselves a month, right, Blake? I mean,
yeah, for sure.
From OA, from buying it to it hitting the store and being active. 2 weeks to 2 to 4 weeks. I've had stuff be only take 2 weeks before, once in a while, but it's not unusual for it to go 3.5 weeks.
Yeah.
For it to be on. So like, you save yourself a lot of time doing it that way. The idea with FBA is like, once you get like the ball rolling, it doesn't really matter.
But you just have to keep things in stock. You have to continually be.
You got to feed that beast.
Yeah, just exactly what I was going to say.
You got to feed
like
that
John
beast.
Said before, you have to feed that beast, man. You literally just have to keep that product rolling into Amazon so they can continue filling your orders. If you slow down, then of course you're going to have that lull. Whereas Pete, when he was doing his FBM, I mean, he's getting the product, he's shipping the product, and he's getting paid a lot quicker. Pete, what time frame does it take to get paid from yours? From the time you get your order to the time you ship it? What is that time frame?
From the time that I get an order to the time I ship it, it's within 2 hours.
And then when you get paid.
Oh, and then I get paid probably within 2 weeks.
Okay, you're paid within 2 weeks. And so John and I, we both started out doing FBA, and
it was over a month.
It's at least over a month. I mean,
over a month.
From the time you actually ship your product in to the time it hits the shelf, which John was just talking about, 2 to 4 weeks, sometimes maybe a little longer, but for the most part, it's within 4-week period. And then it sells, and then you still got to wait another 20, 30 days before you get your check. So, and the way Amazon set up, at least for the FBA side, is you get paid out twice a month. So that's kind of how that works. But yeah, as far as the RA, Pete talked a little bit about OA and FBM a little bit. I've done more RA, which is the retail arbitrage. Now, I started out doing OA and just doing everything from my home. I was a keyboard warrior, just going to work, man, finding the products and looking through the Keepa charts and seller amp still and doing all those things. And we fortunately have a local store that I'm able to go in and do some RA in. And so, man, I literally just went in there, opened my seller amp app, and just started scanning product. I had no idea what I was doing, and neither will you as you're getting going either. But hopefully these will be in to help you. So you're scanning the products and you're just looking to see, am I ungated in this? Am I able to sell this? And obviously it'll tell you a yes or a red no. And so you'll be able to see pretty quickly if you're eligible to sell that. And so the way the RA process works is just that, just going through, scanning stuff. And of course, you have your metrics already preset inside Seller Amp. And so you're able to determine, based on your whatever your decision is, whether you want 20% ROI or 30% or 33 or, all these different metrics that you can set up on the back end. It will tell you a green yes, you're good to sell, or a red no, this is not within your margins that you've set. And so, yeah, that's really all that RA is. It's going in the stores and scanning. I've scanned, I don't know, thousands and thousands of products so far, and I'm not done yet because, you're constantly looking and searching for new items that you can list in your store. And so that's really the way the RA thing works. Now, again, I'm bringing it home. One of the things I don't know we've talked a whole lot about, but you bring these items home. You can't always just ship it straight to Amazon. You have to bag this stuff. You have to special things, whether it's a liquid, you got to put it in a poly bag. I mean, there's all these little things. I had no idea I was going to have to bag clothing. I had no idea I was going to have to bag a book. And sometimes I don't bag all the books, but there's all these little things that you have to do that you may not even have been aware of when you first started, just like myself and these guys here. Just not really realizing you need to buy some poly bags when you start this thing.
The thing with Amazon was, it reminded me, even though it's completely different from what I've ever done, it is still the same. When you start a business, you put in way more time and make way less money.
That's what they call a business owner.
Yeah. And like, that is still the same. Like, you end up bagging up 25 pairs of
socks and underwear.
And underwear. Like,
the thing is, we didn't all sign up to do we did, for proof of a concept, and we saw that the proof of the concept worked. So John's mentioned it, he's trying to get out of the clothing side of things, and but we all did that, it's just part of the process.
And you don't make a lot of money in the beginning. People say, oh, you made 10 grand, like gross. Yeah. Like You didn't
Sales
make
is different than profit.
say,
Though. We
yeah,
talked
you're not
about that.
making yeah, you're not making a paycheck every week yet.
Not yet.
A paycheck is around like 50K.
Well, we think so. We're not there
We
yet, but we
think so.
believe that that's the area.
We
that,
believe that if you wanted to, it's probably, I mean, the idea with owning your own business is when do you start paying yourself? As far away as possible, because you want to keep on reinvesting the money. But at some point, you got to pay yourself, you know? So, yeah, as far as I've seen, and I figured out really early on the first couple of weeks, I'm like, okay, like, you got to do a lot. Yeah,
John.
once you like keep going, like, but like, this is a lot. This is like a lot of work. That's why you can do Amazon as a side gig, but you would have to get really, really good at sourcing and do a ton of replens and kind of like narrow in on something, do RA and FBM, you know, and live in an area that has like a ton of really good RA type stores to go to. And you could go out and spend $5,000 in a day and do all your sourcing for the week, pack it up and mail it out, and that's all you do. So you could, I think it would take you 6 months at least to get like that steady and going. But no, normally Amazon is made to scale, you know. It's made to not 20 million a year, not what you see, but like it's made like 100K isn't all that much.
I think that Blake, you made a really good point earlier. You had mentioned that once you do start get things rolling, you have to actually keep, like you said, John, feeding the beast. And
you don't have free time,
right? And that's something that people might be overlooking. You don't just like sell a few things, get to let's say $10,000 or $20,000 in sales, and then they say stop. Okay, I've made it. It's not. This is not that business.
Oh.
This business is you continually do the same process over and over and over until the profit that you've made starts paying for all the products that you're buying, and that's going to take a while. But any sort of business where you're starting out from behind and you realize that all the sales that you're making will eventually pay off, that actually speaks to the legitimacy of the actual business. So just kind of think long term, and things will work out for you.
Yeah, one's really not better than the other. You can crush it with RA, you can crush it with OA, like FBA, FBM. I think long term, like FBA is easier, but FBM for like larger items that you're going to get over $100 for.
Yeah,
like,
that's one thing. We were talking about that before we
FBM-ing.
started here. We were talking about it before we got started.
Power tools make more sense to like, if you could do RA, just FBOs because they weigh, 30 pounds.
Yeah, depends
Like-
what you're getting, but absolutely. There's going to be items. I mean, I just found some product, RA. It's just literally too big to fit in a box. And so I am going to, for the first time, going to do some FBM. And, you will come across some of those things.
Blake, you still have to find a box, even though you're FBMing. You got to find a box
right.
big enough to stick that thing in to send it out. So
Yes.
It's all right. Blake, I have faith in you.
Well, I appreciate that, John. I appreciate that.
I'm sure you can.
I'm going to ask my wife to find a box for me.
My wife would actually make a box. So there may not be a custom or one that's already pre-made. She'll make it for us.
Do what you got to do in this business. What, John?
Where do you do your OA? I mean, your RA.
My RA.
Like what stores? Because everybody has
their stores, their things that they do.
Yeah.
So my primary store that I go into is Ollie's. Again, I'm very fortunate to have one, and within probably 100-mile radius, I can probably hit 5 or 6 different stores, and I've done that. So Ollie's has been my bread and butter, but as far as I have went into a TJ Maxx and I have went into Ross, I don't like the selections, at least what I've found so far. And so it's not that I stay away from those. It's just, again, I see my bread and butter in the Ollie's stores. And, it's really trying to get in good with those stores. Your relationships are everything in life, period. The people you connect with, the people you hang out with, like all those things matter. And I mean, again, it's weird to say, but I got a friendly relationship with the people at Ollie's in my hometown, and they joke around with me. They help me out, and that's part of really life and business in general is connections and relationships. And so,
in those type of places, those people, if you get to know them, they'll get something good
local.
in, and they'll put it aside for you.
Yeah, and one of the things, like one of the people even told me, like, hey, if you want to see the manifest kind of deal, like, hey, we can let you see that before it hits the floor. So I haven't taken advantage of that just yet. They had a change in management, but hey, it's all based on relationship, man. And so you have to make those relationships work the best that you can. And at the end of the day, If they give me a deal, I in turn am still giving them a deal because I'm taking their product. I'm buying their product, even if they give me a deal at it. I'm helping their store. So it's actually a two-way street, and that's the way you got to look at it from the business side. Is that you're helping them and they're helping you, and you get your discounts. We've talked a little bit about discounts, but
Yeah.
you look at your tax exempt options, and you look at whatever regular discounts, whether it's a 10 or 15%. I mean, I'm pretty fortunate that I've got some killer discounts right now with Ollie's that I'm able to pick up. And so, again, you
Yeah.
work it where it's going to work best.
Pete, it was so nice of Blake to tell me to go to Ollie's.
Oh yeah, John.
So
yeah,
I could make money. So I got in my car and I found, I'm like, oh my God, there's one 45 minutes away from me.
Oh, I can't hear what you found, John. Tell
And
us.
Blake like sends me over like a couple of these like creams or something that he bought with like a $50 like profit on it.
Nice.
Like it was just one of those like little steals. I was like, so of course that's what's in my head. I was like, oh, in the aisle.
Blake's got competition.
I hadn't done like any RA at all. So I was like, but in my head, I was going to Ollie's. I was spending $3,000. I was like, I'm going to come out. I'm going to do, it was like a Tuesday. I'm like, I'm doing all my sourcing today. In like 2 hours, 200 things scanned. Not one thing. Nothing even close. Even I really had to open a keep a chart for it to look like nothing. I scanned so many things and then just like my mood just
took the air out of you.
I found these two He-Man figures. They only had two
actually,
of them.
Actually, John,
and there was
hang
like
on
a
just a second.
25%.
John, listen, hang on. I want everybody to see this.
That's what I that's what I found.
John sent me a picture of what he had, and I mean the guy was killing it inside Ollie's.
boxes.
Yeah, I put them back on the shelf. Like I looked, I'm like, I'm not buying these. I was like, I'm not buying 3 things. Just chalk it up. It's a loss.
And it's an experience you will never forget.
And I did get like, I must have gotten 100 different auto ungates.
That
I was in
a-
my head.
Seriously,
and that in my head,
a
I was like,
huge-
it doesn't hurt.
That was a huge win for me.
Yeah.
I literally began getting ungated in so many things, and it's probably things I'll never sell. But hey, that's another pointer for all of you. If you're scanning these things, even if it tells you no, try to ungate every time. Try to ungate because you never know when you're going to come back and try to sell that item or find another item like that. Specifically in the
because they could hard gate it one day. You never know. You just it can't hurt. There's never too many approvals.
Yeah, never too
like
many.
They don't have a limit on approvals, so you can like keep on getting approved. It's fine. It's really so it wasn't for nothing, but it was
for nothing.
Closely for nothing. I got to eat In-N-Out. That was we don't have one where I am, so there was one next to the Ollie's. So that was actually what made the whole trip.
Food makes everything better, John.
Food makes everything better.
So you guys,
It really does.
the stores that we frequent are the Walmarts, the Sam's. I was actually came from Sam's about an hour ago. Bought some product there. We also go to Ross. We go to the TJ Maxx's. All the really discounted stores around town, but that's really where our retail arbitrage products come from is there. And then for the online arbitrage, we'll check out like Target or some other brands.
And that's one thing I didn't even mention because I look at Walmart as an OA thing, but we did do.
People make a living off Walmart.
Yeah, and we actually found some good product within Walmart that we began to sell. And seriously, I can't tell you how many thousands of dollars we spent at Walmart buying their product and selling it. It's honestly, it's mind blowing that I can buy a pair of shorts at Walmart, $10 or with discounts like $8 or $7, and then turn around and sell those same shorts for almost $30. So we're making some really good money on that stuff.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing.
Easily. Well, what people pay for convenience.
Yeah, and that's what I always go back to is these people
go back to how you buy. Like when
they don't have a Walmart.
I have a perfect example. If I go on Amazon, it's instant gratification. Like I'm looking for something, it's there, it's 2-day, it's Prime, buy now. Like that's it. I'm sure if I went to like the web, just like what we do, and I still buy stuff on Amazon today, knowing like I think I know a website where I get that cheaper, but I'm just like it's $1 or $2. I'm just like, no, buy now. Yeah. You pay for the convenience. That's why the FBA long term and FBA you will many times. You get more money. And really,
it just takes longer.
It takes longer, but once you do it for 4 or 6 weeks, like all your FBA starts hitting. So stuff you mailed out that you like forget about, all of a sudden it's listed. Like it's all you really got to do is just get it out the door. Yeah. Get it to you and get it out the door. I was never one to like only do one shipment a week. I do them almost every day.
I can't wait for the day when I'm able to buy pallets. But even RA pallets, like when those things come in, if I can get good on some of that stuff, man, like I'm anxious about that. I want to be able to get a pallet of product that I can FBA the whole stinking thing, and hopefully be able to turn a profit.
That's gonna be the only way to scale up, to be honest.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what all our goals are, is to just basically be able to do that one thing, whether it's wholesale or retail or whatever it is, just being able to buy in bulk to be able to make the profit that we started this business to try to do. That's really the end all be all, is just buying in bulk.
Yeah, that's the only way you're making money in this business, is you got to buy more stuff.
You got to get that cost right.
Yeah, it just depends on how you want to go by doing it. It takes more work to get to your first 15 grand than it does to go from 50 to 100.
I believe
once that ball's rolling with wholesale, it just doesn't take long to really want to scale that. And but everyone just starts the same. You just start at the same place.
Yes.
And a lot of people get sick of it and they're just like, no, I can't do this. I think a lot of people get into it thinking it's quick money or it's a good side hustle. You know what I think? I think it would be a good side hustle for somebody that went from doing it full time, got a better job, and then like just shrunk their business down to like their best stuff that they get. That would be a side hustle. But I think people trying to do it for a side, it's just too much work.
It's a lot. It's without question. I mean,
it's just too much work.
It's a lot.
If you really want to do it, it's way too much.
Yeah, it is a lot of work to do these things. But again, for me, I know the proof of concept is there, but I'm still trying to grow even that proof of concept, because in RA, I'm never selling the same things. I'm constantly.
Oh,
it's not a ton of replens. I mean, there
isn't, because places like Ollie and stuff, once it's gone, it's gone.
It's gone. Yeah. And you know what you get at Ollie's?
What do you get?
Good stuff cheap.
You do. You get good stuff cheap.
That's their slogan.
That's their slogan.
I didn't know we even had one around here.
It doesn't matter. You didn't get anything from there.
That's nothing. I got those 3 figurines and I left them behind. I think I was a jerk too, and I put them with the paper towels or something. I didn't put them back in the right shelf. I was guilty. I mean, yeah, I wish I had more already. I wish I had a Walmart. I can't get any of that grocery stuff. Those are all the headaches.
The products that sell. The products that sell, though. And we've talked a little bit about food in the past, that food is not returnable. Some of the best selling items is the health and beauty products. And so you see a lot of those at TJ Maxx, you see a lot of those at Ollie's. And so those are mostly not returned.
Right.
And so those are really good products to be looking for if you're in the RA game, or even OA game if you can find the right deal with that.
That's what it is. It's everything in the beginning is annoying and it pisses you off.
That's what it does.
Because there's just roadblock after roadblock after roadblock, but there is enough to squeeze through and find your lane. And and everybody really has the same mentality. I've messaged a couple of kids online in the past days that have been first 2 weeks in, and they are just saying the same exact thing I said.
The same things we said.
Same thing. Same problem, same ungating. FBM, do I send it to Amazon or what's Boxem? Should I get Boxem? Do I need so it is just so much.
There's a lot. We said it last week. It's drinking from a fire hose that just doesn't stop. There is so much information.
That's why I didn't look into anything else. I just went OA, FBA. That's all I wanted.
And that's all I did also.
Yeah, Pete, you went different. You were just I'm just gonna do it however way I want to do it.
Yeah, I went OA and RA, however I could find product, bought it, and then did straight FBM. You were also still doing a full-time job. Yeah, we started getting sales within that week. We just started printing off those shipping labels and slapping them on a box, throwing the product in the box, and off it went. I mean, it's pretty quick. So FBA just takes a little bit longer, but there's a payoff there, down the road.
And a lot less headache of returns and customers and.
Oh yeah, there's lots of, but there's headaches all over the place.
There is.
But
and you're one of them.
It's starting a business. That's what it is. It's a bunch of headaches and not a lot of money. With just, hoping to make money. Oh, there was another thing I wanted to bring up. We're going to start doing a mailbag since we actually have an email.
Yes.
Marketplace Mavericks at Gmail. If you have questions for us, email them during the week. And, we'll read them. I don't know if we'll get any.
We might. I may send you
Put
one
it
just
on
to
our
see.
screen here.
Yeah,
Yeah, I bet we can
put
even
the
put it
email
on our
address on the
screen.
screen here, as you see there at the
Absolutely.
bottom. Look right here at the bottom of our screen, right there. And that's where you're going to see. Email us at marketplacemavericks@gmail.com.
Wow. That was professional sounding. When we edit it, we should make like
Jingle.
fire coming off of you. Something like that. I mean, but yeah, you can ask us questions. We'll answer them the best we can or not be able to answer them. We'll try not to give you the wrong answer.
Well, we'll give you our answer
We
based
can
on
give you
what
our,
we've
we can
experienced.
give you our answer.
Yeah. If it comes out of John's mouth, you can take 50-50, right? It comes out of Peter's mind. Just take it to the bank, cash that check already.
Yeah, you can cash that check. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, but I think that was episode 3.
It's in the bag, just like the mail coming next week, fellas.
We will see you next time.